Mike Poore, and today is Wednesday, August 19th. And this is an important message that I hope can get shared. Please make sure that you ask your neighbor, your friends, your relative, whether or not they've seen the latest update from the Little Rock School District related to the start of our school year. I hope just me saying the start of the school year creates a level of attention for everyone today. Been some really pretty amazing things happen over our last couple weeks that I'm proud of, things that have been put on display. As an example, last night, the City Church Network. Mayor Scott was on, I got to be on, but the faith-based community sharing just a real intent to say, here's what we can do, or how can we help the Little Rock School District? How can we help the young people within this community? Really pretty neat. Appreciate Cynthia Collins, principal at Meadowcliff, for being a part of that delivery. We also had a great town hall last night talking about Schoology, which is our new learning platform. And that rollout as a town hall came not only because of what work administrators have done, but what our teachers have done. Our teachers have been hard at it, thinking about how we can look at what are the critical standards that we all need to embrace, especially where at the end of the school year, we lost a little bit of our pace. So how do we pick up some of that material we may have left behind in the fourth quarter, and where do we take off now as we go into the school year? Great work has been done, and Schoology as a learning platform is going to be much more dynamic and useful for students, parents, and staff. And it's going to be available for both in-person and in virtual learning platforms. If you didn't get to watch Town Hall, it's on our website. Please check it out because it really does provide a lot of information, no matter what type of stakeholder you are within the Little Rock School District. We've also had some really wonderful media coverage over the last 2 weeks, sharing about the work that we've done to prepare for the school year. And I appreciate the TV stations for allowing us to share the orders that we've made. Laptops for every teacher, they're in. Chromebooks, most of them have come in, and we have more coming for our students. We've got hotspots ordered. We've got face masks. Boy, do we have face masks. 3.5 million face masks have been ordered for the Little Rock School District. We've got shields for our teachers. We've got disinfectant cleaning. And today we even picked up foggers that will be available for every school site to do deep cleaning. So things are coming in place with all of the rollout. And tied to that then, we have videos that are sharing throughout the week that's being produced by our own communication staff of things that we're doing to create good social distancing within classroom environments, sharing about the tool Schoology again, talking about what it's like to be on a bus, and those will be available to you throughout the week. So please do pay attention to those and watch for them on your social media platforms. The other positive thing that I would share with you right now is that the number of folks that have been impacted in the Little Rock School District by COVID is really pretty minimal. If you look at it, since the 1st of August, we have 4 confirmed cases. Now think about that. You say, well, 4, that scares me. Well, you take that into context of we've got all of our custodians back, got all of our principals, assistant principals. We've had teachers coming in and out, and especially now these last 2 weeks, in a pretty thorough way, people are in the buildings. We have students and coaches that have come back for athletics and participating. And so the cases that have happened, I hate that that occurred, that somebody tested positive, but on the other side of it, it's minimal in terms of numbers, and it's in a situation where the contact didn't happen because of what was happening in the school environment. It happened out in the community. So one of the things that this video definitely wants to share is about the discipline that we all must have, both in the school environment and in the environment away from school. Discipline to wear masks, to do the social distancing, to disinfect, clean our hands, has to occur. In the school environment, we expect every staff person to have a mask on. Have to have a mask on. You must have a mask on. It's insubordination if you don't. There will be a memo that will be shared with staff today to talk about that as one part of an expectation that we have for staff. We also have an expectation for students. Students have to wear a mask on the bus, in the school environment. And if you don't, then maybe the in-person learning environment isn't the right thing. If you forget your mask, we've got one ready for you because we've ordered extras. so that we'll have plenty in supply. When you look at how we're getting ready to start, you can't help but also think about what the Little Rock Education Association shared in terms of their intent to say that they were just going to teach from home and just do the virtual learning through Schoology. And I guess I would challenge anyone, our teachers and then our community, to name any work environment where you get to pick where you get to work. That just isn't the case in any type of setting. And we need to have our educators in the learning environment at the schools right now, and we need them on Monday. Now, it's real easy to kind of get into a mindset to say, well, let's lock horns and see who's going to win, but I don't want to work like that as your superintendent. I want to think about some sort of common ground that we can get to that may help us all get to a better place and have a more successful start to the school year. So what I'm going to offer might be a little bit radical, but I think it's probably the best thing for us to do as a school district in terms of staging and creating a scenario for the best start for this school year for all involved. What does that look like? Well, here's the big money item to share. That on Monday, we are only going to have half of our students come in for in-person learning compared to what we thought might be there. Now, take this in context. Remember that in Little Rock, we have two different groups. Almost 50% want virtual learning. The other 50% want in-person learning. And that's a real value to this school district in Little Rock because there are other learning environments throughout the state where it's 75, 80, and even 90% wanting in-person learning. So we can do in-person learning in a more safe way, more thoughtful way, just because our numbers are more reasonable. But I want to take it one step further. Think about that group that is coming in, and then let's divide it up into two, and to have two different groups coming in during the course of the week. On Monday, we're asking for the alphabet of A through M for grade levels K through 12, A through M. Tuesday, we flip it and have the alphabet of N through Z coming in. Wednesday, we're not planning on having anyone come into the school. Thursday and Friday, we go back to A through M. On Thursday and Friday, the latter part of the alphabet. What that allows us to do is to make sure that we are able to serve kids in a very safe way, and we learn from it. Now, while that's all taking place, we have two other groups that are out there. We have our virtual learners, and we plan to engage with those virtual learners and have lessons. And students, whether you're in virtual or in person, all will have activities that will take things that will take each and every day of the week. There'll be things for people to do. We have pre-K. In our pre-K setting, because those numbers are smaller and because we have two staff folks for each classroom, we will have pre-K available Monday through Friday. So as we go towards this next week, my thought is that if we can take this little bit slower approach and do a measured start, we actually can work together. Does it have to be that we take a picture of saying, here's what's wrong, or can it be, this is what I saw, is there a way that we can correct this? Here's a suggestion, here's how we can improve. And I think one of our strengths as a community, when we allow ourselves to work together, we really create some pretty amazing results. Let's do that this next week. Let's be really thoughtful about having our in-person learning and everything that we can learn from it. What is it that we can learn from our virtual setting as we go deliver that? And even what happens in a pre-K setting to improve and make that better. So next week is going to be a learning opportunity for all of us. Let's all communicate. Let's all work. Let's all try to move forward. We did that last spring. Last spring, if you remember when we started, there were stakeholders, students, staff, and parents that shared how they were bothered or had issues or wanted something different in terms of the delivery. And guess what? We adjusted. Now, we've worked diligently to improve every single aspect of what we're getting ready to do for the start of school on Monday. And we will take stock throughout the week to look and understand where we're having some challenges, and we'll go make those adjustments. I also want our teachers to understand that we've got to give deeper thought into potential modifications for educators who may have severe health risk. That's not going to be an easy thing to do, but if there's serious health risks that have been a part of that individual's life, we need to look at that in a little bit different way than what we previously have been doing. So again, we've been listening to you as employees, and we need to make some adjustments, but we need to work on this together and try to figure out how we make sure that we first and foremost take care of kids. Second, how do we do it in a safe manner for students and staff? And then how do we use you as partners, as parents, to make sure that we move forward in a collaborative and thoughtful way? We can do this. Not going to be easy. There's going to be challenges. There are going to be some things we haven't even thought would occur that will occur. But if we spend the time of talking and interacting and working together, is my belief that we can get to a better place for our kids. And that's what really matters. We need to make sure that one of the things we all recognize and hold on to is that for a student to be successful, they've got to feel safe and secure. And that comes most times through the actions of adults. What we do as individuals to create that sense of security and that sense of safety. And we can do that because we have incredibly caring people and we have parents that are willing to participate and help us. We just need to make sure we utilize that next week. If you're a parent that says, whoa, I'm all of a sudden blown away by this, how am I going to manage not having my student in school each day? If you cannot find a way to help us with what that schedule will be next week, please send your child. We will work to make sure that they are taken care of and we will have them in school. But we're hopeful that everybody can help us kind of with this abbreviated schedule of modifying our approach. Today, you will receive information about that schedule, and staff, you will receive a message from me, a memo related to the potential of what LREA has suggested in terms of a different type of work setting. That's one of the things that we all have to understand, that we've got to go do our work, but we can go do it together. When we do it really well. I'm looking forward to the Monday. I'm also looking forward to Tuesday. We're going to have almost 2 days of brand new starts to the school year. And that will be exciting. And I know, talking to our principals and talking to some of our teachers, they're excited to see their kids. I hope this message comes across in a manner of respect for each and every stakeholder, and that this abbreviated pause or stepping stone to start the school year makes sense so that we can really be thorough and make sure that we're doing everything correct. We're going to need your help. I appreciate all of the support that you all provide to the Little Rock School District and to the children of this district. Let's continue that, and I hope you all have a safe rest of your week. Thank you so much for your attention to this video.